Hi, everybody. This is Keith Garrity, and I'm here today with Luis Christopher Navarro, who is out of California. Um, we're going to have a conversation and about what Luis does and how he got into Subto and what his business looks like. So, Luis, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? So as Keith said, Lewis. I was born and raised in California and currently living here in California right now. My market is in Southern California right now, basically farming in my own backyard. A little bit about myself and what I do. I'm currently active duty in the military, so I'm trying to find that balance as far as my free time, working with connecting with people and also trying to get deals. Um, I started with direct to sellers at first when I joined Subto, and then kind of saw that I felt like just because of my work schedule, it was like 10 to 12 hour days, I couldn't really sustain it. So I kind of went direct to agent. That way, my free time, lunch or whatever I had time during work, I could talk to agents and that were needing or kind of see if their sellers were willing to sell if their house has been in the market for a while. Um, and I found that a lot easier that way. Like if I could kind of relate it to them or hop on a conversation, three-way conversation with them and their sellers. Um, and that's kind of what I've been doing right now, just working in director agent. My wife is a real estate agent here in California, so I do feel like it's a little bit easier to talk to agents. I mean, some of them, I just like getting the door shut on you because that did happen to me when I was going direct to seller. Same thing, like some of the agents will just like, oh, I'm not interested, I'm not having it. So kind of getting through those obstacles. Um, and yeah, right now I'm still kind of going direct to agent. Dealing with the daily dials, kind of just been listening. As far as needing to take action, I do goals for the future is like to actually find some time to actually go in the daily dials and get some practice, work with a team or somebody. And I am somewhat of an introvert, but I've been obviously getting out of my shell. Project Forward has really helped me with that as far as connecting with people. And I've only been in Subto for like since the beginning of 2023, February. So
Okay.
kind of like it so far and the way everything's been going and just yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I do direct to seller, which, both direct to seller and agent have their own difficulties.
Yes.
What can you tell us about overcoming some of the objections that agents have, or how do you get them or persuade them to work with you?
So when I work with the agents, I've started seeing it more with the book I started reading. It's a sales training that Caroline King
Yeah,
started
asking questions by
asking questions that sound their way.
yeah, I
Oh,
got
you
it.
got it too? Yeah, I love that book. Like I was reading at work. I'm like, it's just a great book overall in general, just to apply in your everyday life. So one of the things that stuck out with that was the qualify. So qualifying people as far as I feel like there's, like you said, there are all those obstacles and struggles, but there's like only so far I'm willing to go that I'm gonna be okay. You're not the priority right now. Maybe later you will be, whether that be the house goes expired and I could talk to the seller directly, or maybe they even go with a different agent and that agent might be more willing to talk about different options. But the struggles that I did find with direct to agents have been kind of them needing the money right now
Hmm.
and wanting to go to a new place. So that's the main obstacle that I've been having to deal with myself as far as kind of stru- uh, finding a way to tell them how I could help them as far as like give them some money, but only like a down payment, and then later on they'll be getting money active passive income, but in the form of just payments instead of like upfront. So, and I kind of do explain to them that the tax benefits behind them. Sometimes they're just really not that interested, or they don't get it. So I think overall it's just me getting better as far as explaining to them how on those objectives.
Okay. That's interesting. I run into a lot of people too. They need their cash, they're moving somewhere. If they need all their cash up front, that's fine. I know there are some strategies that can be used creatively. I'm not 100% familiar with them, which is shame on me. I should know this by heart, but there might be some, there are some ways around that where you can, get them. In fact, if you reach out to some other, Gator lenders, you might want to ask them if they do that. Hey, they need all the money. Can you do that? And then once you have the property, well, let me back up for a second. So it sounds like a lot of agents are, and of course, a lot of them are. They're not interested in working with real estate investors. And I guess it's because maybe they got burned before or something, or they don't understand our business.
Yeah.
Do you try to educate them a little bit about how you can, make it more profitable for them to work with you on the occasions they come across a house that just won't be marketable, or it'll be very difficult?
Yeah. So one of the things I do tell them is like that I would be able to pay their what I'm willing to give the asking price, and that they would still receive their full commission. I'm not trying to go in there and kind of cut them off on their commission. That's just one of the things that I've learned through the Closers Cafe that I've been listening to also.
Mhm.
That focuses on direct to agent. So yeah, as far as educate them on that, and also like I mentioned earlier, the tax benefits, if that's what their sellers would be um, interested in. Because I know some of them also mentioned a 1031 exchange. Um, the last person that I was talking to in regards to direct agent, their company was relocating them to Nevada. Forgot what part of Nevada, but they already had a house and everything settled there. So their issue wasn't really as getting the money up front.
Mhm.
It's just that they wanted to sell the house and be done with it. So that's, I guess, another obstacle, just wanting to be done with it, and then people not wanting to carry that in their debt. So there's only so much I feel that I mean, I'm still learning, that I could explain and tell them like maybe it's not as bad as you think to have it like on your record if the people that are going to be handling are going to perform on it. But then again, everybody's not going to trust just anybody. So the credibility really helps out a lot in the sense of who you're willing to do business with.
Absolutely. You have to be credible for people to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nobody. They've never heard of me walking into somebody's house wanting to buy, pretty expensive asset, either at a discount or creatively. It can be, some of the conversations can be a little awkward sometimes.
Yes.
But like with us, with home investors, the people or the sellers, they call us. And then I do the same thing with you. I qualify them because I am going on these meetings, and we cover about 28 counties around Atlanta. So I can end up driving a couple of hours sometime, and it can be a real pain when it turns out to be a bust. But getting back to saying, you've worked with an agent, you've got the house for whatever terms, then what happens?
Then what happens? I've usually sent letter of intent emails or actual letters, and some of the most of them, like I get more responses on the emails that I say like, hey, I'm willing to give this much. This is a little bit about subject to or seller finance. That they're more familiar, I guess, with the seller finance as owner carry, I believe it is, and so they're familiar with those terms. But I kind of just briefly put like frequently asked questions, and that kind of starts the conversation for them asking maybe a little bit more questions, and that's when the roadblocks usually happen as far as like, oh, but they're actually looking for this or they want this. So
trying to think on your feet.
yeah.
You've got all these, you're trying to juggle all this at the same time. You want to be an active listener and fulfill their needs. It's tough sometimes. And
Yeah, and I usually just tell them like, yeah, I could get back. I'm honest and like I don't know the answer to that, but I'll get back to you and let you know because I know one of them I did have was active duty, looking to obviously he bought it on a VA loan and then they were going to relocate, so them worried about activating their own being able to use the rest of their VA loan towards their next location. And then
okay.
some of them actually just don't, like I said, they don't want to be worried about somebody else paying their mortgage down.
All right. So, you said you started, basically the first of this year. What is it that you are still looking for? What kind of education do you feel like, I need more of this, but I'm not sure where to find it? Or what do you need from other people in the community to kind of bolster you and help you through so you can get to where you want to be?
I think what I need, like personally, I know I have to probably do more, I guess, role playing, whether it be like with people in the community or if somebody's willing to take on like new people on a team. I'm obviously willing to learn, but also I know that hopping on a team is like I would give anything that I have as value because I don't just want to come in the team and kind of take from them, like them providing the leads and everything. I want to provide something to the person because I mean, if anybody were to take me, I'd be extremely grateful. And then try obviously my hardest to learn how, because every team I'm pretty sure has their own way of how they talk to people, maybe their own scripts. But yeah, I guess what I really need is like those obstacles that we were talking about, as far as like getting to know that BA, I guess, obstacle to overcome. I know there are a couple people that people turn to, and if I really don't understand it, like I would, I guess, just partner up with them, and then that's what I learned because after that obstacle, I did find one person that knew how to overcome that obstacle. So if that obstacle ever comes up again, I'll reach out to that person and kind of JV or see if they could, even if they take out most of the deal. I kind of want to get that first deal and just kind of more of a hands-on, not really looking for the profit, just kind of how things are going. Because I'm more of a visual person, so I kind of see like how everything went. Oh, this went this way. Okay, and then ask the questions there. I could even like I'll take zero and just kind of like learn. Learning to me is like more valuable than the actual price. And then from there, obviously, I would do the next deal. Basically building blocks. So I would take the next deal and do it JV, and then the next deal, probably like 5, 10 deals after that. I'm just doing it on my own, or obviously still with the help of people.
Well, that's right. You can, I think there's some, I'm trying to think, I don't have my calendar pulled up, but like Closers Cafe or stuff like that. You've got plenty of support.
Yeah.
And I think, you should throw that out there. I'm a little bit of an introvert myself. I need my downtime to re-energize, but I also like being with people. Well, at least with certain people that energize me, and
Mm-hmm.
not everyone does. But so that's kind of where I'm coming from too. And sometimes if you go onto the FB page and at least do queries on some of the information that you're looking for, that would be one thing. If you can't find it, post it out there. Plus, I think are you in the NorCal?
I'm in the Southern Cal group.
Okay.
Their own separate group for
Hmm.
Subto.
Okay. I'm sure. So, I don't know if you've asked them yet, but several people that would be glad to do something like you were talking about. If you get somebody that's interested, but you don't have all the answers, they could jump in there and kind of follow up with them, and then there you
Yeah, I'm
go.
getting a lot better at utilizing my my resources, like you said, Facebook. Because in the beginning, I did would add. They were extremely helpful. The leaders in the SoCal Subto. I had some foreclosure questions, and they answered pretty quickly. And yeah, unfortunately I didn't get nowhere with that. Once I found out, like they actually helped me because the questions that I was asking was led me to go down the path that they ended up not wanting to sell. I kind of disqualified them, and also since I was brand new, like I was getting the pricing, the entry, and all that to see if it was actually worth it. And once I had people look at it, they're like, "Yeah, I wouldn't waste my time on this just because of arrears being like so high up and probability of somebody wanting to actually take over that home or wholesale it." So yeah, I do need to get a lot better though at utilizing and posting.
Yeah, that's the tough part is when you're trying to comp a house and figure out what the after repair value is, and then doing the budget on the repairs. I don't know. So you're going through the agents mostly. Do the agents have any idea of like what the repairs will be? Will they send you photographs of the property and like full photographs, not like 8 photographs of the property? I mean, just extensive of the house, or do you go out to the house? I'm not sure how. California is so big, and I know where my territory is, but I'm not sure, how you're working it up there.
Yeah, so I have gone just to make the agents feel a little comfortable. Some of the houses that are nearby or a little farther away that I'm willing to go to, when I'm talking to them on the phone, they're more pushy, I guess, towards you should come see the house. I'm like, okay, I'll schedule something with you. Kind of like a give and take. Like they answered my calls, kind of heard what I was, my offer, or kind of where we're going, building rapport, and then I actually go to the open house or maybe like a one-on-one walkthrough that I kind of just want to view the property. And then that while I'm viewing the property, it gives me a chance to kind of just talk to them more, maybe get them to open up and be a little more comfortable with the offer that I'm willing to give. So yes, that's helped as far as going open house. Also, them giving pictures, they've been pretty helpful as far as giving extra pictures or information like the roof being this much old or the HVAC just being replaced. So yeah, as far as like stuff like that, I haven't had any real issues as far as like them not being cooperative as far as giving me kind of what I asked for. That's what I also like, that the more professional, I guess, aspect of it. Like, as a seller, like they direct to a seller, I guess sometimes like you gotta kind of take their word for it, or like, oh yeah, the house is fine, but then you go there, it's like, oh, could use some repairs. It's like that's their perspective.
Yeah, I've lived it. Yeah. Yeah. So, what are you hoping to? How did you even find out about Subto? Let me ask you that, because I didn't find out until somebody from Subto called me, Caroline Kane, just out of the blue, trying to do some dispo, and I hadn't heard of it. I probably still wouldn't. So how'd you find out about it?
I found out through investing channels actually. So on my free time, I guess I would watch investing channels on YouTube. Some people that had their podcasts, and I think it was Graham Stephan. I would listen to his podcast, and Pace showed up. I think they would do it on the weekends, but I didn't hear it till like driving to work on the weekday. And yeah, Pace shows. They were interviewing Pace, and he was basically just like any other interview that he's done. I don't know if you've seen the Grant Cardone one or stuff, or those interviews, but he basically kind of breaks down Subto to whoever is interviewing him. And then I'm like, kind of thought what everybody was thinking, oh, no way, you can't do that. Or I kind of heard of like sale by owner, like, yeah, you could sell your own house, but it's also kind of risky because I mean the professionals know the paperwork to that being the real estate agents. That was my mindset. And then I was just kind of looking more into it, saw his videos, and yeah, after a while, did my research and just background, um, and I just kind of went for it early this year. I think somewhere in the middle of 2022. That's when I ran into the videos, and then
Right.
like I said, doing the research, and then finally like 2023 in February. That's when I made the call. Like, talked to my wife, like, I'm gonna do this. You're working real estate, doing your as a real estate agent, and I kind of want to build my own portfolio as far as whether keeping a house, like buy and hold, or having building some sort of a passive income. You know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I would like to. I haven't gotten any rentals yet, and I have bought a couple of homes subject to, but they didn't really fit my buy box.
Mm.
But that's the only way I'm buying rentals right now is if I can get it creatively, I'll keep it. If I can't, then it's out the door and in my bank account. Because the cash flow is so imperative. I mean, you've got a job. This is me doing it full time. Sometimes it can get a little scary
Mm-hmm.
when you're out here doing it full time. You don't have any other way of making money. Um, but with Subto, it's just expanding out in different areas and ways that okay, now we're seeing how to do this and that. With the lending and the project forward, it's very remarkable. So, what does
Yeah.
success look like you?
What is what?
Let me rephrase that. What does success look like to you in, say, a year?
Success to me in a year would look like building on my portfolio and just growing as an individual. Like, I truly believe, as far as baby steps, it's like starting from the bottom. So success to me is like if I'm better than I was the previous day. So you kind of want to just keep that trajectory going up.
Mhm.
Um, like I said, Subto's changed my life since, like, not since I got in it. Not that I say I was like in a bad place. I feel like I was just in a and constant loop. Like, okay, same old, same old. Now it's just something interesting that really interested me. So it's like it makes it fun looking forward to like how either I could help others or um, also learn about something that I like, and combining those two is like, I don't know, just rewarding. So yeah, success to me is just like in the future would be like owning some properties and hopefully putting like some families that are really like in need, or I know that people do like housing for veterans, so stuff like that it'd be rewarding to me.
Well, that's a good future. That's a good success plan right there. We all have dreams. I wish I had gotten. I wish there was a sub two around 20 years ago. Unfortunately, there wasn't. Uh,
Yeah.
I went to so many seminars. I don't know if you have been to any of those. Hey, come for the weekend and learn this, and I just never felt like I just there's stuff missing, and with this, there's just nothing going on. So, um, is there anything else you would like to talk about, or if somebody watches this, I know you went over some of your needs here a couple of
Mhm.
minutes ago. Um, can you think of anything else that you need help with from the community?
Just more friends. I guess I'm always willing to meet new people. That's one of the things, like, not just Project Forward, like, since I've been working on this, like, just a few people that I've gotten to meet is just, um, I like meeting the new people, and it's, from all over the country, as far as their backgrounds and like their ambitions, their goals is like, it goes back to that fulfilling thing, is like, even if it's not to make money, it's like it would be really satisfying if I could like help somebody like with their personal goals, knowing that, oh, I helped somebody, and because I know people have helped me in the past, and I've been extremely grateful for that. So I just want to connect with as much people as I can, and see what what value I could bring to them, because it's been both ways. Like, people talking to people, like, they've said, oh, you I feel like I can't help them, but they're like, wait, you do this, don't you? I'm like, yes, but well, this is what I need. You can actually help me in this because their thought process is different. And that's why I like meeting new people, because everybody has a different perspective and thought process.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's been vice versa, that I've been able to give people ideas or kind of help them out with their roadblocks that they're having. So yeah, just that's the main thing. Looking for more friends.
More friends. I need a lot more friends too. I don't need any more acquaintances. I need actual friends that will be there for me. And those are hard to find, but I've met a lot of great people in this community, and you're one of them. So I appreciate
Right
you.
back at you.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming by and having us have a good talk today. And it was great learning a little more about you. And I think I'll let you go enjoying the holiday weekend.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to speaking to you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Louis. Hold on one moment, and I want to get back with you.